In this episode of RV Small Talk, we have some special guests, Chris, Nikki, and Brielle. They have a YouTube channel that we are extremely interested in, and we met them at the Texas Tiny Trailer Rally. Now, this family camps in a Tag XL, but their story is a little different. It's very inspiring, and I can't wait to share it with you guys.
Welcome to the RV Small Talk podcast, where we talk about lightweight trailers, truck campers, and the people, places, and adventures that go along with them. We are your hosts from Princess Craft RV. I'm Clint.
I'm PJ.
Nope. No, you are not.
PJ is out this week, but I'm Lindsay. You're stuck with me.
If you have any interest in checking our back catalog of other episodes and the many things that we've talked about or the shenanigans we've been up to, go on over to rvsmalltalk.com. You'll find show notes, episodes, and again, back to those shenanigans. There's a few to be found.
And if you have not yet, please head over to wherever you are listening to this podcast, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, what have you. Go ahead and give us a rating and a review if possible. It really helps us become visible.
And one last place to join up with what we're doing, and even with the guests from today, would be our community group on Facebook. Just look up RV Small Talk Community on Facebook, and that's a good place where you can share your adventures. You can like things, learn things, talk about things, you name it.
I like things.
I find likable things are likable.
All right, I'm ready to talk.
All right, let's dive on in.
So today we are talking with Chris, Nikki, and Brielle, and they have a YouTube channel called Special CirCAMPstances.
Wait, CirCAMPstances.
Yeah, because they camp. Get it? CirCAMPstances. I think it's clever. And they came to our rally this year, our Texas Tiny Trailer Rally we had in Bandera. It was their first year coming to our rally, and immediately their trailer caught my eye because it's covered in all these stickers, and y'all's setup is pretty impressive with all the awnings and stuff, but we'll get to that. Anyway, we were really excited to meet you guys. You have a YouTube channel. I've watched all your videos. I love it. And I'm really excited to have you guys here. So thank you for joining us.
Well, thank you for inviting us.
Good to talk to y'all again.
So let's start with your background, kind of catching up our audience who haven't met you yet. Chris and Nikki, your granddaughter, Brielle, you guys all camp and travel in a new camp Tag. So will you kind of start us with the background of why you have a YouTube channel, why you're camping, what's going on here?
Well, we started camping last July. When COVID hit, we had to figure out how to get Brielle to her doctor's appointments in Boston at the Circle.
Boston?
Yes. And so we were like, we kept looking and we're like, we're just canceling them. We're canceling them. Well, we had already had to cancel once and we didn't want to cancel again. And I said, why don't we just buy one of these little teardrop trailer things? And he said, no.
No way. Yeah, I'm not driving. It was 30 hours round trip. Well, not round trip, one way to Boston, not pulling a camper. So add a few hours onto that at least.
And that's when I found New Camp. And I said, but look how cute this little thing is. And so we actually just found a private party selling one. So we went to look at it. We bought it. Our plan was to get her to Boston, come home, and sell it. That was our plan. We got a good deal on it.
But it happened. You had too much fun.
That's exactly what it was.
And it was a 5-wide too. It was a smaller one, the first one.
Wow,
so
yeah.
This is actually our second one we have right now.
So I can imagine that canceling Brielle's doctor's appointments, and we'll have to, again, catch our audience up on, why you had to go to Boston. But I can imagine canceling those doctor's appointments is actually kind of a big deal. It's probably not easy to get other appointments. So after the second time, you just decided we're going to figure out how to do this and bought a camper?
Exactly. I wasn't putting it on an airplane, so I bought a camper.
That makes sense. So have you guys
we canceled, we got pushed back months at a time. So
I can imagine.
We had it openings in August where we go, and then we wouldn't have any openings probably till the beginning of the year if we canceled again. So we said, we do have doctors here, but it's the cerebral palsy clinic is the #1 clinic in the United States. And we happened to be able to get her into it. So it was a process to get her into it, and we did not want to.
So you're going to go.
So you touched on just briefly there, and I think there's a key component of people to understand the name of your YouTube channel, what you two are doing, the experiences you're having, and really the joy that you have together as a family unit and that you're spreading with a message. Tell us about Brielle.
Brielle was born at 27 weeks, and when she was born, she was 1 pound, 14 ounces.
Oh.
And didn't palm her hand. We couldn't rub her because they said her skin would disintegrate pretty much. So she was so little and small that but when she was born, they had to do CPR on her for the first 25 minutes of her life. And we think that is what caused her to have cerebral palsy now. But she's the happiest little girl. She loves being outside. And
So have you guys camped before, or was it just something that you started because Brielle liked it, so you wanted to kind of see where that goes? Or did you guys grow up camping?
We did not grow up camping. I mean, we would go camping. I went camping in a tent maybe twice in my life.
My stepdad's a hunter, so we would go camping when we were at my mom's house in the summer, but not
different
really.
Type of camping.
Yes.
Yeah. So this is all new to us. When we got the camper, we had nothing. We had nothing. We had to buy everything for it because we never camped before or anything. So we were starting from scratch.
Okay. So you're taking off on this first trip for that appointment that you didn't want to miss, nearly cross country, just vertically versus side to side, like most people think. Vertically across country. And what kind of moments made you start going, this is something we need to do more of for ourselves, for Brielle, for everything? What kind of moments did you have on that trip that kind of locked it in for you?
Well, before we went on that trip, we took 3 local-ish trips to find out how to just set it up and all the stuff. So we actually went to I think it's 4 state parks in 4 days just to learn how to set it up and break it down, set it up, break it down. So we went up here in the northeast part of Texas. And it was during those 4 trips, it is when we really this is pretty awesome.
That's pretty much how we figured out Brielle really likes to be outside. Because usually we're just at home, unless we're in the backyard, we're in the house.
Right. Modern life.
So you saw a difference in her when you took her camping?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah. She loves it outside. Loved it outside.
Now with her dragging you outside now, are you finding, hey, this is good for me too?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. She's smart.
Yeah. So it really was like an accident that started out of necessity, how to get Brielle to her doctor's appointment, and it turned into something that you guys all love. That's so, I love that.
Yeah, definitely it was.
So
we never, ever talked about buying a camper. Never, ever did we talk about buying a camper. Never anything. So we like traveling. Like we always liked traveling, but it was always about plane or
hotels,
road tripping, motels and stuff like that. We never even thought about a camper.
I'm always interested in how fast people go from I saw a thing to I have a thing. Like how long from hey, what about these teardrop campers to I found one local for us to look at.
I think a week.
Really?
Yeah, it's about a week. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's how I operate.
We didn't look at any other ones either.
We bought the first one we looked at.
Oh, that was my next question is like, what is it about the tag that, I mean, there are tons of teardrops out there, tons. So what was it about the tag that made you say, this is the one that I want? I think this would work for us.
I think it was the shape, just the look of it.
But we did research a lot about it online and stuff like that, and we saw how good the customer service was with these and how well they're made and all that compared to a lot of other campers. If
you're just going to pick one to look at and go for, I mean, I think you picked the right one.
Yeah, we saw cheaper ones out there, and that we were thinking about going to look at, but no, this one we're going a long ways. That was the plan, and we wanted to make sure it was going to be reliable. And from what we read, the new camp.
We bought it. We didn't even have a hitch with lights on our vehicle. They delivered it to our house from the other side of Dallas because we weren't ready for it.
It was spur of the moment. It really was.
Well, that's kind of how it happens now, especially with the pandemic. Like especially with trailers, if you see it, you got to get it quick because someone else will. So.
And the other reason was because we had a Toyota Highlander. So we had to have something it could pull.
Okay.
That was my other question is one of my first thoughts was with Brielle, it would seem like it would be a little bit easier to have a bigger trailer it would be easier to maybe take care of her if you had more amenities. So did you just go with the tag because it was what you could tow?
Somewhat of what just that we could tow.
We've modified it.
Yeah, we modified it for her. Like we've got things. She gets fed through a feeding tube and stuff like that. So we have her little, what are those little hooks? Command hooks. So we can hang her bag and stuff like that. But
we built her a spot for her to sleep perfectly between we've separated our mattresses and built her up one, which is a little lower. So, because she arches a lot, that way it keeps her head from, she has a spot where she can lay.
Yeah. But another reason I didn't get a bigger trailer is because I've never towed a bigger trailer.
Sure.
And I have pulled like jet skis and little flat bottom boats and stuff like that, but I've never pulled a bigger trailer, and I didn't feel comfortable pulling a bigger trailer to Boston, going through all these towns and everything. That did not sound like fun at all. We already had a hard time convincing me to do it in the first place.
Fair enough.
So I mean, coming from somebody who is not a caretaker, am I incorrect in thinking that a bigger unit would be easier with Brielle? Or do you think the tag is actually easier because it's more simple?
No, a bigger unit would be easier. It definitely would. But it is, for us, it's been just easier to tow, basically, is the thing. We don't even know it's back there. We can go anywhere with it, stuff like that. I watch other YouTubers with their big fifth wheels, and they have to, really pick where they can go because they can take a wrong turn and stuff. So,
Now you get to spend more time outside because with a bigger unit, you have the option to be inside. With the tag, you don't.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, we just go in the tag when we're going to bed.
Yeah, sure. Exactly.
Which is what Brielle wants anyways.
Yes.
Yeah, if it's hot outside, then we may go in there a few times during the day to
keep her cool.
Yeah.
Keep her cool, and we'll keep her in there a lot of it. If we're on a trip and it's hot, we'll put her in there with the doors open, but with the air conditioner going. And
you have a few more components, a few more aspects that you have to think about and deal with just in daily life, anyways. And here you are going to go out on these adventures. So sometimes, although it may be a cramped scenario, you have a very simple, very robust trailer. So it may be smaller, and it might really just be that this is the start of the adventure that you're going to be having.
That's all it is. It's the start of the adventure.
Yeah.
It's got everything she needs
right now.
Like right now, she don't need a toilet. She's got her own little thing. So it's got a sink for us to clean her food stuff, and it's actually got the microwave in the back when we need to warm stuff up for her and everything.
Right.
And it's got an air conditioner to keep her cool, so she don't overheat or anything like that.
Yeah,
so
it has enough. It's a good place to get this story going.
So let's talk about your YouTube channel. What made you go from, hey, camping is fun, we really like this, to let's broadcast it to the world on YouTube?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we never see any Brielles out there. Like we never do. And like we've talked to her physical therapist, and a lot of people they don't do very much with them and everything. We just wanted to show that you can. There are some things like we gotta make sure we get our feeds in and stuff like that, and make sure we have the scheduling set out and everything. But in between that, we can go hiking and do all of our stuff. But there are some challenges to it, but you can do it.
Sure. There's a bit of an inspiration piece. There can be more to life if you're a caretaker. There can be more to life if you're being cared for, and you as a family unit can help people to understand that you're not locked into four walls and a roof.
So what are some, I know you talked about feeding. What are some of the other struggles that you have camping that other people might not even think about, like storage of things or keeping things cool, her medicine, things like that? Those are things that people don't have to think about.
All of those things. Yeah. We have medicines that have to be refrigerated. We have food. Her food, I make it every day, but it has to be refrigerated once I mix it with the milk. There's just a lot. If we can't take it hiking, we have to plan. She gets fed every 6 hours for an hour. So you have to be there for the hour, and then you can spend the next, but you got to be back to feed her, because if you get off track, it'll be midnight before she's getting it fed, and she can't sleep and eat, so you have to keep her awake.
And she don't tell us when she's hungry.
So
on the most part. Sometimes we think she might be.
Yeah.
She gets a little, but usually she doesn't tell us when she's hungry, so we have to stay on the schedule.
Mm-hmm.
And she has to have her medicine at 9 and 9. You can't miss it.
Right. Absolutely.
That's
so it's all about staying organized and being on schedule, planning everything out, but completely doable.
As far as the space, we have this chair, we have her stroller, we need her wheelchair. There's just, and then we still have to figure out where to put all our camping gear.
Right.
All together. So it's a fun puzzle.
But what have you learned? I hear a lot from new campers who take too much stuff. Do you have something after the 4th trip? You're like, okay, it's been 4 trips and we haven't used this. We're not bringing it. What is it?
We've already downsized.
Yeah, we got stuff in the garage and we haven't taken out in a while. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Have you ever forgotten anything that you need?
No, not for Brielle.
If we forget,
there's other stuff.
Okay, we first.
What about any
stuff for Brielle?
Newbie mistakes? Have you not hooked up your camper all the way, or anything crazy? Like, you have a tag, so there's not too much. I hear my
husband's
stories.
Yeah, I have pulled it forward with the stabilizers down. When we were trying to get it level, and it kind of bent it, but I was able to bend it back.
You pulled out the electric brakes. You pulled out the thing.
I pulled it out. Yeah, I forgot to disconnect the electric brakes and took off
I've
the
done that too.
So, nothing major. Major.
Good. You sound like very organized people, so I think.
Well, I'm pretty OCD, and I check everything like 3 or 4 times before. Check the hitch 3 or 4 times. I still called it on the 4th time. Not putting it in and stuff like that.
He'll be like, you got to get out and check the lights.
Yeah, the light every time. You got to make sure the lights are going.
Yes, you do.
I got to tell her every time. Can you believe that? We've gone so many times. I got to tell her every time.
What's your ultimate goal for these camping adventures and for your YouTube channel? Is it, to inspire others? Is it to get 1 million subscribers? Is it to go to every state in the country? What is it?
Well, I do want to go to every state in the country.
2 of the 3.
And to Canada. But I want people to know that I want to show people that they can go out and they can have fun, and the kids love it.
It's so good for yes.
Yeah, as far as the subscribers, we would like to get them, but it's not at all priority. at all. We want it to reach people that it could help. That's really what the whole thing is.
And ultimately, you know, more subscribers you get, we all know how YouTube works, the more people will see it, and it's a cycle. So
yeah, and we're hoping to eventually get to where we do find other people that are camping with Brielle's and stuff, and they can help us, because we're a year in. We could learn a lot too. So, and we're not at all. We don't know everything at all right now.
Well, somebody's got to start, and you started, and that's amazing.
I haven't seen any other ones like it, and I've been watching all kinds of YouTube. That's all I watch. So
yes, I'm with you in that boat.
Yeah, he is.
So when you get her out there, out and about in nature, what kind of cues does she give you that, wow, this is really doing it for her?
She has her own way of
she's
talking.
Vocal. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
She's non-vocal, but she's vocal. Like she's verbal. Yeah, she's non-verbal, but she's vocal. Yes. But yeah, she you can just see her looking around and smiling and just enjoying it, and she's not grumpy at all because she's out there and stuff. And now, see, like right now, she's kind of getting
irritated at us.
Getting irritated at us because we're not doing stuff.
She will sit in a chair or do whatever when we're outside. Never get upset.
Right, and I've seen that in the videos as well. I've seen that look, that expression, that soaking it all in and enjoying it. And
especially when she's swimming.
Yeah.
She smiles so big when she's swimming. It makes my heart light up. It's so sweet.
Yeah, that's the number one thing. Whenever we go camping during the summer, we find places that have swimming areas because that's her number one thing she loves to do.
You're a little fish.
You want to go swimming?
Yes.
Swimming and slides.
Yes.
And swings.
Yeah.
How old is Brielle?
She is 4.
4. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what my 4-year-old likes to do too. Swimming.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Good stuff. So, do you have anything on the calendar already for kind of places to be, things to do?
And on the beginning of the month, we're going to, let's start, Ray Roberts State Park, Broken Bow, Beaver's Bend State Park. Then we're coming home to Cooper Lake State Park and Bonham State Park, all in 10 days.
Oh my goodness.
So we're doing like a little loop up here.
And then we have Atlanta State Park the next weekend, and then we're around the 15th of December, we're heading to Boston. So
we're heading.
And you're filming it all, right? So we can see it.
We are a little nervous about this Boston trip because of the time of the year.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, so we're having to watch the weather a lot on it, but we're going. We have different options. If it does start snowing up there, we might take a train in to Boston from New York, and if we can get up to New York area, then we'll be fine.
Yeah,
because we have places we can stay.
Yeah,
up to Pennsylvania.
I have a family up there, so might be able to park the tag.
I'm a Texan. I forget that snow is a thing.
Yeah,
when it snows, it just don't go anywhere.
Yeah, and in December, it's very questionable. I mean, it could be. They say we've talked to people up there that it could be 3 feet of snow. It could be no snow. So we got to watch it when we get closer to that time to whether we're gonna have some snow or not.
Sure.
Hopefully we'll luck out and not have any.
Well, we ran into you the first time at this fall, just a few weeks ago, the Texas Tiny Trailer Rally in Bandera. So my next question is, was that your first rally? Will you be doing more rallies? Is that the right scene for you, a few times a year?
That's our first rally, and we're already signed up for the next one.
Yes.
Yes, because usually when we go camping, we're the only ones that we see with the tag or something like that. It's usually bigger campers. We have a friend that has a bigger camper that we camp with, but we're always the small camper, and it was like that was completely.
It's kind of fun to see like a sea of tiny ones.
We've never seen anything like that. So yeah, we fell in love with it.
Good
learning opportunity. You can share, setup and advice and tips and tricks. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So what advice do you have for the people you're trying to inspire, other caretakers of Brielle's who, say, yeah, this sounds like fun, but I don't really know how to do that, or that sounds scary, or I don't know where to start. Like, what would be your biggest piece of advice to those people?
Do it.
Yeah, do it. It was scary to us. Like, it really was. Like, when we started, it was unknown to us because we'd never done it before. And since we just did it and we decided to do it, it got more comfortable. And now it's just, we're going out and about now. We don't even have to, no worries as far as that. We still, like with Brielle, we have to worry about where we go on some places because she's developed seizures, and we want to be in the vicinity of a hospital. So that's our big thing right now, is we pick state parks and stuff and that are within a short driving distance to hospitals is what we're trying to do on the most part.
Hey.
But
you're still going.
Yeah.
Yes.
It can be done. But
awesome.
She's like 8 weeks?
8 weeks seizure free.
Seizure free now. So it's getting a little bit easier on us. Not as worried about it because she has gone 8 weeks without,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe they got her medicine good.
Yeah. I think she's a little bit bored with me.
We see that smile.
little microphone shy.
Yeah, she is. She's not camera shy. She's just microphone shy. Sure. She loves the camera. She'll smile. You bring the camera out in front of her, she's just going to smile at it. She loves being in front of the camera. But yeah, get her to talk to you and stuff. You just got to be there at the right time without her knowing.
Fair. Well, we're definitely going to link to your YouTube channel and everything on our show notes. So anybody who's listening can find you guys, and hopefully it'll help your channel grow and help more people be inspired to go camping.
Let me go ahead and put it out there more boldly.
Okay.
If you're listening to this podcast right now, please immediately, even pause this podcast, go over to their YouTube channel. And that YouTube channel is Special CirCAMPstances. Correct?
Correct.
Yes, you may. Usually whenever you type in Special CirCAMPstances, autocorrects to circumstances.
Right.
But then it has a little thing come below it says, do you want to search for, and it has CirCAMPstances at that point. And you have to click that at the moment.
Yeah, like, until you become a little bit more
subscribers.
Then we can 7 more.
Yeah,
7 more, and we'll have a link.
Yeah, we'll have our personalized, so it'll be easier to get to. Mm-hmm. But right now, we're not.
I subscribed on both of my email accounts.
And I subscribed yesterday as well. So again, anyone who's listening, please, by all means, if you want to follow a great story, a great family, if you want to
see this smile,
see her smile, get some inspiration, and maybe even give some inspiration, because we know it's a two-way street where everyone can learn from each other and support each other. Hop on over to that YouTube channel, Special CirCAMPstances, and basically join up with this family. They said it. Just get started.
Just go.
And the value will reveal itself as you take that first step and the next step and the next step after that.
But we do have some other trips. Like, we've had to cancel. We were supposed to be going up to Boston. No, not to Boston.
Pacific Northwest.
The Pacific Northwest. And we've had to cancel twice now, because the first time, the day before we were going to leave, we got rear-ended and our truck got totaled. So we weren't able to go that time. And then the next time, the day before we were going to leave, Brielle had her first seizure. So we couldn't go that time either. So, but we are still planning on.
Somebody doesn't want you to go.
My plan, I think, for that one is to leave right after the rally.
Yes,
somewhere around there. So I think it'd be a pretty decent time to go up to the Pacific Northwest.
So, do your family and friends, do they think you're crazy? Or do they say it out loud?
Our older family thinks we're crazy. Our friends that camp wish they could camp as much as us.
There you go. There's two kinds.
Everybody wonders how I fit into it.
Yeah.
I'm 6'3" and how I fit into it, but I got a couple inches there left to spare.
Exactly. I camped with my wife and my daughter a few years ago in a Tag XL, same thing. I'm 6'4". My wife is 6 foot. And so we were.
And your daughter is like.
She's pretty tall. So we were super cozy, and my daughter had a blast. Totally worth it.
Well, we've all three slept in ours and our dog. So
there you go.
We get it. We figure it out.
Oh yeah, you were telling me about your dog at the rally.
Our little dog, we don't take her anywhere anymore. She's almost 15, but
honey.
There's a hard time getting around sometimes. So.
Yeah.
Well, and if she's in the tag, she tries to jump out. She's just gonna. That's like a suicide.
Right,
I don't know.
Right. You're not going to get a perfect 10 on the landing.
Not with 15-year-old dog.
No, stop, Quinn. Stop. Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
Brielle, your hair is beautiful. I can't stop staring at it.
You said thank you.
See, look at my eyelashes. That's what everybody talks about.
Lindsay's looking at hair. I'm looking at the sweet eyes.
I just love that curly hair. I like kind of wish my daughter had curly hair, but then I think about like how wild she is, and it would just be one giant dreadlock. I know it would be.
Yeah, have you met my daughter?
She's got more product than I've got.
She got
Everybody's
her
giving her something. Says, you got to try this. Try that. Everybody is giving it. So, her hair always smells nice.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys for talking to us.
Well, thank you for having us. We really appreciate it.
Keep us posted on everything. Don't be shy. Reach out to us.
And keep sharing your videos on the Texas Tiny Trailer Rally page. Although I still think you can't do that. Quinn.
I'll try and figure that out.
And
start with
on the RV Small Talk podcast page. Share it anywhere that you want. We in every episode.
I just don't want us to, so I didn't know where we could and where we couldn't. So
anywhere we are affiliated with, you are welcome to.
Okay.
Well, definitely will then.
Thank you.
Absolutely. All right. We'll see you guys soon. We'll talk to you soon.
I'll say bye-bye.
Bye, Brielle.
Bye.
That smile gets me every time.
She's such a lovely little girl. And then what a neat family. What a great adventure. I'm excited for them.
I do love how these are not professional YouTubers or professional campers. They are newbies at everything, but they decided to swallow their fear and do it anyway for Brielle. And they're finding joy in it for themselves as well. It's so inspiring. If you haven't yet, like we keep preaching, head over to their YouTube channel and go ahead and subscribe. And hopefully they can meet up with more families with more Brielles.
Exactly. I'm excited to stay tuned because I think it's a developing story, if you will, where everyone in the picture is, like they said, like we've said, just get going and learning as you go. And that's going to inspire so much growth. It's great. It's great. Love it. It's great.
Is it great?
It's good.
It's good.
And if you do want to catch up with them more elsewhere, they will be chiming in on the Facebook group. That's RV Small Talk community. They're going to be sharing their videos as they come out, so do that. And they've already signed up for the next Tiny Trailer Rally in the spring.
Yeah, so just come to our rally. You can meet them.
I mean, so many opportunities at this point. So until next time, we are the RV Small Talk podcast, and we are a little bit strange at the end of every episode.
And also, the weather's beautiful. Y'all go camping right now.
Right now.
Go. Bye. Why aren't you camping yet?
You're doing it wrong.
PJ's gonna hate this.
That's why we do it.